Alright, y'all. Welcome back to the channel. And today, I really just want to rant about how much I don't like Joestar II as a father in part 7. Because man, did he suck. And even at the ending, if you aren't caught up, of course, this video is not for you if you're not caught up. It's not too many spoilers, if I'm being honest. I'm only talking about his father, which we don't see much, but if you don't want to get any spoilers, scroll, whatever. But even at the ending, when he's at the end of the race and he gives this whole little speech and niggas start clapping it up for him, I'm just looking like, whose man is this? Because how do you get these speeches? You get all this when you kick this nigga out. You told this nigga to his face, mind y'all, that God took the wrong son. Do you know how devastating it probably is for a boy who lost his older brother to an accident he thought he caused, for his father to saying that? Because if you don't know the backstory, it basically goes, his brother, he was the best jockey, horse race jockey, I think, in the country, like best youth horse race jockey in the country. Second was Diego, third was Johnny. And all of them lost their mothers young. Well, Johnny's brother and Johnny lost their mother young. So essentially, his dad, he put all of his stock and time and basically everything into Johnny's older brother. I'm pretty sure his name was Nicholas. So one day, a young Johnny, I think he had to be super young. He brings a rat to the table, like to the dinner table. He had befriended, I think it was like one of his only friends, or it was his only friend at the time. And his dad, he's like, he tells him to go kill it, basically, And so Johnny, he's crying and all this stuff, and Nicholas comes up to him and he's like, you don't have to kill it, you can set it free. And that's what he does. And so a little bit later, when they were at this ranch that Diego worked at, Nicholas, he was riding and he saw a mouse. Well, he didn't see the mouse. A mouse that came scurrying across his horse. I'm pretty sure he scared the horse, and Nicholas had an accident where he fell and he untimely passed. Now the mouse, it looked like the mouse that Johnny had also. This is just a callback, but Johnny had named his mouse Danny. But it looked like the same mouse, so Johnny had a lot of guilt. He felt like it was his fault his brother had passed. So, with that being said, and what I said earlier, I think you can see why I don't like him. But I'm not done, because there's more to Johnny's backstory that makes me really not like him. So, once Johnny got a little bit older, he had continued horse racing, and he eventually became the best horse racer in the country. Or, matter of fact, I'm pretty sure he was still second to Diego, but he was basically one of the best. And being one of the best, he was making an insane amount of dough. Now, this version of the Joestar family, they still have money because they own horses and they own horse stables and stuff like that. But Johnny is bringing in a lot of dough. You know what his father says to him? Nothing. He never acknowledges all of Johnny's achievements, any of his accomplishments. Really, all he does is talk about his lost son, Nicholas, which that is perfectly fine. Everyone grieves in their own way, so there's nothing wrong with that part in specific. The only thing I personally would say is wrong is the fact that he doesn't celebrate his other son's accomplishments, but other than that, pretty standard. But with no father figure and a mother who had passed, Johnny, he had just started doing a lot more crazy things. He had started hanging out with a lot more girls, going out at a lot later times, basically the normal teenage shit. He was a teenager with money, so it was like the normal teenage shit amped up by 12. But one day he goes into his older brother's room and he grabs his boots. And it's only because I'm pretty sure something was wrong with his boots. I can't remember. But he grabs them, he puts them on, and he was about to go on another race. And his dad saw him. And he had immediately told him to take off his older brother's boots. And from there, that's where the aforementioned argument ensues. And that's when, well, an argument ensues, then an accident happens where Johnny's dad gets his neck cut with glass. And so while holding his neck, that's when he says, God took the wrong son. And he tells Johnny to leave, kicking him out. I think when we talk about George II, of course, it is important to highlight the trauma he went through. Losing a son is very traumatic. But what he did to his other son and how he only came back after Johnny was first, well, at the time when we see him, Johnny was still like first or second in the race, especially after kicking your son out at like 16, 17, and then almost immediately after that, him becoming disabled, which me personally, I feel like you could say that George played a part in that too, because had he had just raised his other son after losing his first or even before then, Johnny doesn't go down the path where he wants to be with all of these. He wants to be doing all these dumb activities. Like literally, he became disabled because he cut in line. And he had the money to cut in line, so he did. So honestly, I don't know. I just feel like there was a lot more he could have did, but he just didn't. And that's a part of the reason why I just really don't like him. But that's really all I have for y'all today. If y'all like the video, make sure y'all leave a like, comment, subscribe. We're on the way to 2,000 subs. So if you can, please like it up, and I will see y'all next time.